Okay, in this video we're going to look at the word tubs which your child will get home when they start primary 1, and inside the word tub we've got a collection of words which the children will be learning in class and which will link to the reading book which they're doing for their reading homework. Now, to make things a little bit easier, we've got some bigger cards here which we can use to talk about the kind of learning we can do with the words in our word tub. The first thing to do is to start looking at the shape of the words that your child has in their word tub. Now, if we look at get has a low letter, a small letter, then a tall letter. So if we were thinking about the shape of the word get, it would probably look something a little bit like this, with the low letter, the small letter, and the tall letter. So it's thinking about the shapes of the letters and how these go together to make the word. And this is something that the child can use to help them, especially when remembering spellings. What does the word look like? Had would have a completely different shape. We'd have a tall letter, a small letter, and then another tall letter. So that would be the word had. So as you're looking through the words in the word book with your child, you can be thinking about the shape of the different words. Once you've talked about the shape of the words, you can start thinking about the sounds that the different words have. And we call this word attack skills, when we're using our knowledge and understanding of the sounds that letters make to decode a word, to read a word. When we're talking about the sounds that a letter makes, we always mean the sound and not the name. So the name of this letter would be G, but the sound would be G. So we would say G, et, get. And we push or blend those sounds together. So get, et, get. For this one, had, had. However, some words, like here, we call tricky words. And we call these tricky words because actually if you sound them out, you don't get the name of the word. So is not going to get you to hear. And we call these tricky words, and these are words that the children just have to learn. And again, using the shape of the word is one strategy we can use for learning these tricky words. That's one thing we can do with the words in our word tub. Another thing we can do with the words in our word tub is link them to the words in the books that they were reading for homework. Now we can see in this reading book the portion of text that the adult would read and the portion that the child would be reading. Now inside the word tub, the child will have the letters that match the book they're reading, and one of the things they can do is start matching the words in their word tub to the words in their reading book. So we've got, can you see it? And if you notice, in our word tubs we include punctuation. So we can talk about what job is this piece of punctuation doing? What's its name? It's a question mark and it's making this a question. Also, you might have two versions of the same word. So you can see we have you without the capital and you with the capital. And you can talk about that. Talk about the different size of the letters and why this you would have a capital. I'm guessing somewhere else in this book, you will be the first word in the sentence. Another game that you can do with your child to help them with their words is a quick memory game. So if I organise these words out, I'm just going to do it very quickly as an example. 6 words, say. The child would look at the words that you've put out. You would remove a word, and when they look, they have to tell you the word that you've removed. Maybe even write it out for you towards the end of the year. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that we can do with our word tubs.